You little weasel. Look at you, you little fucking weasel. I can see it in your eyes.
We're going to catch some of these guys in 2021, and I look forward to the crying and the begging.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a champion in combat sports like MMA and boxing? The thrill of the fight, the glory of victory, and the adoration of millions of fans are all part of the appeal. But what about the darker side of these sports? What about the scandals, controversies, and the toll they take on the athletes who compete in them? In this video, we'll delve into the dark side of MMA and boxing and explore the price of fame for those who are willing to pay it. Get ready for a thought-provoking and eye-opening journey through the underbelly of combat sports. The rise of MMA has not been without controversy. The sport has faced criticism for its violent nature and the risks posed to its fighters. Additionally, MMA has been marred by a number of high-profile scandals and controversies, which have called into question the integrity of the sport. Some of the most famous scandals and controversies in MMA include drug use, criminal behavior, fight fixing, and weight cutting. These issues have had a profound impact on the sport and its participants, affecting everything from the careers of individual fighters to the public perception of the sports as a whole. Despite these challenges, MMA continues to attract a massive following and produce some of the most exciting and talented fighters in the world. With continued vigilance, regulation, and oversight, the sport has the potential to grow and evolve, while remaining true to its roots and upholding the highest standards of integrity and sportsmanship. Famous scandals and controversies involved in MMA. While MMA has become one of the most popular combat sports in the world, it has also been plagued by several scandals and controversies over the years. Here are some of the most infamous ones. Number 1. Steroid and performance-enhancing drug use. Steroid and performance-enhancing drug use is a significant issue in combat sports, including MMA. PEDs can enhance an athlete's performance, allowing them to build more muscle, train harder, and recover faster. However, they also carry significant risks, including liver and kidney damage, heart disease, and even death. In addition, PED use is considered cheating and goes against the principles of fair competition. Several high-profile MMA fighters have been caught using PEDs, leading to suspensions, fines, and tarnished reputations. Perhaps the most notorious example is former UFC middleweight champion Anderson Silva, who tested positive for steroids in 2015, leading to a one-year suspension and the loss of his title. Another notable case is that of former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar, who tested positive for clemofene after his fight against Mark Hunt in 2016, resulting in a fine and suspension. In addition to individual cases, PED use has also led to controversy surrounding entire gyms and training camps. In 2019, several fighters associated with the American Kickboxing Academy were accused of using PEDs, leading to criticism of the gym and its training methods. Number 2. Domestic violence. Domestic violence is a serious issue that affects people from all walks of life, including professional athletes. Unfortunately, MMA has no exception, and several high-profile fighters have been involved in cases of domestic violence over the years. These incidents have raised questions about the responsibility of fighters as role models and the culture of violence in combat sports. One of the most notorious cases of domestic violence in MMA involved former UFC fighter War Machine. In 2014, Copenhaver was arrested and charged with assaulting his ex-girlfriend, adult film star Christy Mack. The attack left Mack with numerous injuries, including a broken nose, fractured eye socket, and missing teeth. Copenhaver was eventually sentenced to life in prison for the assault. Another notable case involves current UFC fighter Greg Hardy, who was arrested and charged with domestic violence in 2014. Hardy was accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend and threatening to kill her. Although the charges were eventually dropped after the victim failed to appear in court, Hardy's reputation was tarnished, and he faced criticism from fans and fellow fighters. These incidents are not isolated cases, and many fighters have faced allegations of domestic violence over the years. In 2019, UFC fighter Nick Diaz was accused of domestic violence by a former girlfriend, while former UFC fighter Anthony Johnson was accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in 2014. Number 3. Match fixing. Fight fixing or match fixing is a serious issue in combat sports, including MMA. This refers to situations where the outcome of a fight is predetermined or influenced in some way, usually for financial gain. Fight fixing undermines the integrity of the sport and violates the principles of fair competition, damaging the reputation of fighters and the organizations that promote them. One high-profile case of fight fixing in MMA occurred in 2019 when former UFC fighter Tae-Hyun Bang admitted to taking a bribe to lose a fight. Bang was approached by an individual before his fight with Leo Kuntz, and offered a significant sum of money if he agreed to lose the fight. Bang accepted the bribe and went on to lose the fight, leading to his subsequent arrest and suspension from the sport. Another notable case of fight fixing occurred in 2013 when Bellator fighter Joe Riggs admitted to taking a bribe to lose a fight against Mike Bronzolis. Riggs was approached by a third party who offered him $5,000 to lose the fight, which he agreed to. He went on to lose the fight, and the incident led to an investigation and suspension from the sport. Number 4. Racial and homophobic slurs. Racial and homophobic slurs have unfortunately been a part of the MMA landscape for years, with some fighters using such language in interviews, social media posts, and even during fights. These incidents have sparked outrage and backlash from fans and other fighters, as they not only offend and hurt individuals and groups but also tarnish the sport's reputation. A notable incident involved current UFC fighter Colby Covington. He's been accused of being racist, and he was accused of using racially charged language in the past. Covington, who is known for his controversial statements, has made derogatory comments about various ethnic groups, including Brazilians and Mexicans. He has faced criticisms from fans and fellow fighters, with some calling for him to be punished for his behavior. Number 5. Weight cutting. Weight cutting is a controversial practice in combat sports, including MMA, where fighters attempt to lose weight quickly before a fight in order to compete in a lower weight class. This can involve extreme measures such as dehydration, sauna use, and fasting, which can be dangerous and have long-term health consequences. One high-profile case of weight cutting gone wrong occurred in 2018 when UFC fighter Cynthia Calvillo was forced to withdraw from a fight after falling ill during her weight cut. Calvillo was hospitalized with kidney failure and dehydration, which was attributed to her extreme weight cutting practices. Another example of the dangers of weight cutting occurred in 2015 when one championship fighter Yang Jianbing died while cutting weight before a fight. Bing reportedly lost 10 kgs in the days leading up to the fight, leading to severe dehydration and organ failure. The issue of weight cutting is a concern of MMA, and it has led to calls for greater regulation and oversight of the practice. Some organizations, such as One Championship, have implemented strict weight cutting policies, including regular weigh-ins and hydration tests, in an effort to promote safer practices. While MMA has become a popular and respected sport worldwide, it is not without its dark side. While organizations like the UFC and Bellator have implemented strict policies and protocols to combat these issues, there is still much work to be done. The sport needs continued vigilance, regulation, and oversight to ensure that it remains fair, safe, and respected. It is also important to remember that behind the headlines and controversies are real people, including fighters, coaches, and fans, whose lives and livelihoods are affected by the actions of those involved in these scandals. We should always strive to uphold the highest standards of integrity, ethics, and sportsmanship at MMA, both in and out of the ring. As fans and participants in the sport, it is our responsibility to demand accountability, transparency, and respect for the principles of fair competition and fair play. Only then can we truly celebrate the many positive aspects of MMA, including the incredible athleticism, skill, and dedication of its fighters, and the excitement and passion it inspires in fans around the world. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content.